Greetings, fellow seekers, scouts of the kingdom. Today we embark on another exploration voyage towards terra incognita. As usual, we will delve into the fascinating world of the simulation, but this time, we will compare two groundbreaking theories and see how they intersect and merge, reshaping our comprehension of existence. Today we journey through the multifaceted dimensions of philosophy and cognitive science, as we untangle an imaginary debate between Nick Bostrom's simulation hypothesis and Donald Hoffman's case against reality. This video is an ongoing investigation conducted by Kingdom Scouts. One might wonder, why do these two hypotheses collide? On one hand, Bostrom posits that our existence may be a simulation crafted by advanced beings. Yet, Hoffman asserts that our perceptions of reality and reality itself are inherently different, rendering the quest to create a simulation seemingly futile. If we cannot perceive reality, as Hoffman posits, what then is the purpose of creating a simulated reality as Bostrom suggests, if we, ultimately, will not be able to perceive it? This intriguing question forms the crux of the collision between Bostrom and Hoffman's theories. Stay tuned as we delve deeper into this intellectual conundrum. Anchoring this intellectual odyssey are two influential figures, Nick Bostrom, the architect of the simulation hypothesis, and Donald Hoffman, the maverick cognitive scientist who questions our understanding of reality. The idea that we might be living in a simulation has become a captivating and thought-provoking topic. According to Nick Bostrom, considering technology advancing as rapidly as is today, the statistical likelihood of our existence within a simulated reality is high, raising profound questions about the nature of our perceived reality. This idea has been debated since the time of Plato, 400 years BCE. Plato would likely view the simulated reality as analogous to the shadows in his cave allegory, mere illusions that obscure the deeper truths of existence. In the 17th century, René Descartes, the pioneering thinker of the Cartesian philosophy, pondered the nature of reality and the reliability of perception. His famous maxim, cogito ergo sum, I think therefore I am, laid the groundwork for understanding the relationship between mind and existence. Descartes would argue that our perceptions, influenced by our senses and sensory experiences, are inherently fallible. He famously doubted the reliability of sensory information, suggesting that our senses could deceive us. Some decades after, in the 18th century, George Berkeley, the visionary philosopher of idealism, posited that the essence of reality lies not in material substance, but in the perceptions of the mind. In our recent times, Jean Baudrillard, the enigmatic philosopher of hyperreality, would likely view the simulated reality as a manifestation of hyperreality, a world where simulations have supplanted the real, obscuring the distinction between authenticity and simulation. Bostrom's hypothesis suggests that the chances of us existing in a simulation are alarmingly high, based on his trilemma. In contrast, Hoffman, wielding the tool of evolutionary game theory, boldly declares that the probability of accurately perceiving reality is, in fact, zero. Referring to the assumption that our perceptions reflect an objective truth, Hoffman calls it a rookie mistake. He argues that evolution's goal isn't to provide an accurate representation of reality, but to maximize fitness, which surprisingly may trump truth. In Hoffman's view, our perceptions are not windows to reality. They're more like wearing a headset, a curated interface shaped by evolution, designed for survival rather than precision. So, what is the purpose of creating a simulation if we cannot perceive reality? You might wonder, how can these seemingly opposing theories coexist? The creation of the simulation would not make sense unless we consider its alternative version, the partial rendering version, meaning that the simulation need not construct an exhaustive replica of reality, but rather, it could selectively render the aspects with which we interact. Consider the experience we have when we are immersed in a virtual video game. The game does not create the whole universe when we play, rather creates only the parts required within the context of the game. In the same way, if the simulation were to simulate only the facets of reality that directly impact our experiences and interactions, it could achieve a remarkable degree of realism without the need for exhaustive computational power. During an insightful conversation on Lex Fridman's podcast, Hoffman declared that he is not against the concept of a simulated reality, but challenges the idea that the simulation creates space. Fridman's sharp commentary during the interview sparks an enlightening revelation. suggesting that the simulation might mimic video games, implying an economy of resources, including non-player characters, NPCs, occupying the spaces of consciousness. This fascinating thought bridges the divide between Hoffman and Bostrom's theories. Imagine this. The simulation doesn't need to construct an entire alternate universe. The programmers, or ancestors as Bostrom would call them, would not need to fabricate an entire universe from scratch. Instead, they could strategically manipulate our perceptions to create the illusion of a coherent reality, merely by hijacking our headset, as Hoffman would analogically call it. So, while we wrestle with the intricate nature of reality and simulation, the intersection of Bostrom and Hoffman's theories offers a tantalizing peek into the enigmatic essence of existence. As we traverse this weird, new weave of ideas, let us celebrate the fusion of thought, for it's in the meeting of differing perspectives that we unearth the profound mysteries guiding our journey to unveil the secrets of the simulation. Until then, if you are interested in understanding how the simulation works, come with us into Terra Incognita. Keep tuned to this channel, subscribe, and most importantly, keep curious.